What did you tell her?
I told her that I had started dating other people once she had moved out of the house. At that point, I figured the engagement was over.
Is that what gave you the clue?
Yeah.
When you started dating other people?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He pulled out of the wedding. Now he wants the ring back.
Everything seemed fine until she came into the picture.
You mean his present wife?
Yes.
All parties on Hovey versus Casals. Step forward, please.
33-year-old construction supervisor Mark Hovey wants his engagement ring back from the mother of his child, 31-year-old Jacqueline Casals. Jacqueline says the ring was a Mother's Day gift.
Order, all rise. Yeah, this is case number 166 on the calendar in the matter of Hovey versus Casals. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, sir, have a seat.
I'm trying to figure out the chronology in this case, Mr. Hovey. You and the defendant have a child together.
Right.
How old is that child?
She's 4.
Child is 4.
Mm-hmm.
But according to your complaint, 2 years ago, you decided to become engaged to the defendant.
Right.
It's putting things in sort of...
Mm-hmm.
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 And that didn't work out. You broke up. She kept the engagement ring.
Right.
1996, 1997, and 1998.
Mm-hmm.
You want the engagement ring back or the money for it?
Right, I always have.
She says she turned it in for the money.
Yes, I did.
When did you do that?
About 17 days after he gave it to me.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because he had a gentleman come to my work and serve me with paternity papers for my daughter to prove that he was her father. And I called him and told him that I had no money. I was going to have to get a lawyer to represent myself in court. And the only thing I had of value was the ring. So since he was making me take him to court, I was going to take the ring back for the money.
Well, what I find interesting are 2 things. I read your answer, and in your answer you say that this was not an engagement ring, but a Mother's Day present. So if it was a Mother's Day present, certainly, you know, you're not entitled to the ring back. What makes you think this was a Mother's Day present?
We bought it on Mother's Day. It was with a Mother's Day card. I also got these Mother's Day phone cards that came with the present. And my son and my daughter were both with us the day we bought it. And we also bought Mother's Day presents for his mother at the same time.
What did the ring look like?
It was a regular engagement, like a wedding set, but he never said, "Will you marry me? Here's, you know, an engagement ring." We went to his grandmother's house after that to give the presents that he had bought for their Mother's Day, and I showed it to everybody as my Mother's Day present.
That's not correct.
Well, did you make plans to get married after you gave her the ring, sir?
We never had a date set. At the time that I gave it to her,
well, you didn't have a date set when your daughter was born either.
Right, I know, but we never set a date because we were still going up and down at the time.
What do you mean you were still going up and down at the time?
As far as our relationship was going up and down.
You mean even when you bought this ring?
Exactly.
Well, then what'd you buy the ring for?
Hopefully it would mean something, because I think she was having a problem because I never gave her an engagement ring, and she was having a problem with us not getting a for sure deal on us even being together.
Well, do you understand why he brought this paternity suit?
He said his lawyer told him that that was the first step.
His lawyer is absolutely correct. Did you explain to her why, at that time, you filed this paternity case?
Yes, I did.
What did you tell her?
I told her that I had started dating other people once she had moved out of the house. At that point, I figured the engagement was over. At that time.
Is that what gave you the clue?
Yeah.
When you started dating other people?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I had told her that we needed to have some type of visitation because she would cut my daughter, and I was raising her son also as my own. And sometimes she'd just cut me off of seeing him. So I wanted something in from the court saying that I could see her at any time. I mean, during the visitation times.
And you couldn't agree on that?
No, we could not.
Did you try to work out the visitation between you before you went to court?
We tried.
It was working. It was working until other people started entering the picture and trying to run the show, and then it didn't.
What do you mean other people? You mean his present wife?
Yes.
I assume that you are remarried. That's what it says here. What do you mean enter the picture trying to run the show?
Mark and I were able to, he was seeing both my children and taking both of them for the visits, and he'd have them for overnight visits. Everything seemed fine until she came into the picture. She didn't want my son to be a part of their new family. So the kids were split up. So if the kids were to go over, only my daughter was allowed to go. So my son was left out in the cold, and it caused a lot of problems. And to this day, Mark and I cannot see eye to eye on
Mr.
these
Hovey,
issues.
is there any ring of truth to that?
Somewhat. Sometimes she would let him come, sometimes she wouldn't, so he was off and on. So finally I decided he just does not need to come anymore because it wasn't good for him. That was the only reason on that.
Sad. Why is it that children are always the ones that
They're right in the
suffer in
middle of
these,
it. I understand.
these situations?
Your Honor, Mark came right out and told me that she did not want Robert over at the house because it seemed like every time he and I were feuding, Robert would go over and not be nice to her because he felt bad for me. And to this day, every time there's a visit, it's hard because he still calls Mark Dad. He thinks of Mark as his dad, and Mark does not respond in that way anymore because of her.
What was your name?
Delia Hovey.
Mrs. Hovey, you want to tell me what you perceive to be the problem with visitation?
When he did come to my house, she would tell both of them at first, don't eat her food, don't talk to her, don't talk to her. Lexi would come to me and hug me and kiss me when she first knew me. She told her, don't touch her, don't kiss her, don't look at her, don't eat their food. I cook every night for my family, and they would not eat because she would not let them eat.
How do you know that?
Because they would tell us.
They would tell you
They
what?
would tell us.
They would
My mom said, I can't eat your food.
That's a lie.
From one day to the next, that child stopped kissing me and hugging me. I love that daughter dearly. And she did love me at first, but now since her mom said, don't do this, don't do that, she doesn't, still up to this day, she doesn't hug me. She doesn't kiss me. She talks to me, I mean, just like normal, because that's all she can do. She can't do anything else.
She's lying.
And as far as
Ask her
pizza,
how
she's
many
making
times she's
comments
ever
that I
combed
could
my
make
daughter's
pizza.
hair.
I cook every single night.
Listen to me. You're supposed to try to make these kinds of separations as easy as possible for children. I assume you were angry at him. We got married shortly after you separated. Is that right?
That's one of the other points. If he considered that an engagement ring he gave me, he and I were still seeing each other 2 days before they went on their first date. She moved in a week later. 2 months later, they were married. So if he was engaged to me, why is he married to her?
Mark Hovey wants the engagement ring returned from the mother of his child, Jacqueline Casaus.
Mr. Hovey, according to you, sir, you knew that this ring was returned 2 years ago.
Right.
What took you 2 years, sir?
It's just, I figured that my visit, my statute of limitations was coming up in October when she returned the ring, and I wanted to see if I can get something done before that.
Something must have happened recently because you didn't pursue this matter for 2 years.
We're still in civil court also on my daughter.
Oh, so that's
because
the
she's
reason.
in contempt of court as far as me. I still don't get to see my daughter like the courts say.
So that's the reason.
That's
So,
part of the reason.
Of course, that's part of the reason. I knew there had to be something 2
Yeah,
years
that
later
is
for
part of the reason.
this problem to come up.
Right.
Now, what's your visitation schedule?
I get her on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5 o'clock to 8, and then I get her on Saturdays from 12 noon to Sunday at 12 noon.
And what's the problem with the visitation?
Sometimes she decides whenever she just doesn't want to give her to me.
Do you go every time to pick her up?
I make a police report every time. Yes, I do. And I make a police report every time she doesn't let me see her.
What's the problem with visitation?
He's supposed to pick her up by 5, and if he doesn't pick her up by, and this is in our court papers, he has 15 minutes. If he is more than 15 minutes late, he cannot pick her up. Because at the beginning
That
it
is
was,
not the case.
he was supposed to pick her up at 5, and sometimes he wouldn't show up till 7:30. And
Okay.
think because he came at 7:30, he could start his visit from there. That's just, I mean, I'm just giving
No,
an
Your Honor.
example.
Just, Mr. Hovey, shh. This is all not new. I want to tell you something.
I understand.
I've heard this story 1,000 times. So because he doesn't come on time, you had put in the court order that he's got a 15-minute grace period.
So that he would try to start coming on time instead of just, his reason to me when I asked him is, why can't you come on time? He says, you have no life. You don't have anything else to do, so you could just sit there and wait for me. And I know it was a sarcastic remark, but I said, no, I am not going to So we had it put in the court papers, and if he picks her up at the babysitter documents what time he comes, and I told her, if he's late, call me, I will come back from work and pick her up.
Have you come late to pick up your daughter?
I've never been over 15 minutes late. If I was going to be late, I have her number to call her and let her know if I'm going to be late.
And how many times have you done
I have
that?
never called her once.
You made a child together when you weren't ready to make a commitment to each other to make a life together. That was a very dumb thing to do. But you have a 4-year-old daughter, and I assume that based on the fact that you've gone to court, Mr. Hovey, to pursue your visitation, and you did so right from the beginning, you want to be a good father.
Right.
Is this your only child?
That's my only child. Well, no, I have a 4-month-old now.
Okay.
He forgot.
But for a long time, this was your only child.
Right.
And you pay child support?
Yes, I do.
How much do you pay?
$579 a month.
Well, that's a reasonable amount of child support. And you're working too?
Yes, I am.
So, your daughter is supposed to have a father. And she's lucky because even though you're not together and you've never been married, it seems to me that he's pursuing, seeing her and wanting to maintain her in his life and vice versa. That's a very important thing. You're not supposed to do anything to interfere with that. Anything. As a matter of fact, you're supposed to put whatever bad feelings that you have about him and his present marriage and everything else, you're supposed to try to shelve that if you can for the good of your child, because you have 2 children. This gorgeous young man over here.
Thank you.
And a 4-year-old daughter who I assume is equally as pretty. So you're not supposed to make it more difficult. You're supposed to make it easy. Now I come back to you. Because there are always shades of gray. There is some truth, I think, in what she says when she says that you have, on occasion, made a sarcastic remark. Listen,
Not that one, I have not. I have made some, yes.
you have made some, but
Right,
not one.
but not that one, yeah.
All right. Well, I won't even ask you, give me an example, because I'm sure you have. So you're supposed to show nothing but respect for her, because you may not love each other anymore, but she still is the mother of your child. You're supposed to try to be nice to each other. Mr. Hovey, I am unsympathetic with regard to your request to get your money back for this ring, for several reasons. Not the least of which is that you waited 2 years to do it. You knew that she had returned the item immediately. You rested on your laurels and did nothing. And the precipitating factor in your coming to court today is this other lawsuit that's pending now. This will only exacerbate that. You're not supposed to make it hard for him to see the child. You're supposed to make it easy for him to see the child.
I don't mind him seeing her. I know she loves him. I know he loves her. But when she comes home, when she's got bruises on her or she's not combed, we have a thing on that right now because he hit her with a hockey stick when she was at his house.
Just a second. Are you suggesting that he hit her in anger with a hockey stick?
Yes, he did, and he admitted it. We have court papers. The police were called in. Child services
Just a
was
second.
called
Who
in.
called the police in?
I did.
Of course you did.
That has been
Actually,
investigated and that has been closed.
Actually, her doctor called them. When I took her to the doctor's the one that called because she said she cannot let that pass.
Just a second. What did this bruise look like, madam?
In the words of the doctor, it was about as...
No, you tell me.
It was...
A black and blue mark?
Yes, about as big as a silver dollar or a half dollar.
And for that black and blue mark, you took her to a doctor?
Yes, I did.
Why?
Because she came home crying, telling me that her dad had hit her with a hockey stick.
Mark Hovey wants the ring or the money from former live-in lover and mother of his child, Jacqueline Casaus.
There's a lot of pathology here. Did you hit your daughter in anger with a hockey stick?
I had hit her. I had tapped her on the side right here. We were playing, and she had hit me in the back of the head with the hockey stick. And I grabbed the stick from her, and I went like that. I went like that. It didn't. The bruise wasn't even a bruise. If she did bruise, I will take full responsibility for it.
Okay. So what you're telling me, she hit you in the head, and you took it, and you said, "Don't do that," and you went like this.
Right, and I hit her.
Not smart, Mr. Hovey.
Right.
Not smart.
I understand.
All right.
But it was investigated, and it was closed.
I assume that it was because you still have your visitation.
Yes, sir.
All right. Lighten up. Don't look for excuses.
I don't look for
Yeah,
excuses.
sure you do.
No. When it comes to my
put your hand
kids,
down. You're not supposed to get involved in this thing.
Yeah.
Not supposed to get involved.
When it comes to my kids, they're all he and I have. If he's not watching out for them, I have to watch out for them. Just
Madam,
like if they were at his
let me
house.
tell you something. He acted.
sure you
He acted not too smart, biting his child with a hockey stick. That didn't require you taking the child to a doctor for a black and blue mark that was the size of a silver dollar. Doctor getting involved, as the doctor has to, and making a report to special services. You knew that that was going to happen. That's the exact reason you went to the doctor.
And
because you didn't go to the doctor, madam, because you were concerned for the child's welfare, that she was injured in some way. You took the child there to document something.
That's right, and I do it again.
Of course you did.
And I'll do it again if it happens
Well, then,
again.
I want to tell you something. Then what you're doing is you're hurting your child, and there is absolutely nothing that I can do. But I will tell you, if he made a mistake, and he certainly did, and I just told him he made a mistake, it would be no different from if your daughter was crossing the street, and you, instead of going out there and trying to talk, don't cross the street because there may be cars coming, you grab her by the arm, and you pull her back, and you dislocate her arm by accident. And it's the time that he has the child for visitation. And he says, what happened to her arm? And you explain the problem. He says, this is good. I'm going to take the child to the doctor, and I'm going to start setting up broken arm, splinter in the finger, a cut on the side, all because of her negligence. That's what you're doing. I want you to think, if the two of you were living together and this happened, you would not have taken the child to a doctor over a little black and blue mark. You may have had an argument with him. That's right. But you wouldn't have rushed the child for emergency treatment. The reason you did it is because you are not together anymore. That's why you did it. Wow. And it's wrong. 100% wrong. I'm here to tell you that it's wrong. You can nitpick to an extent where it will make it so difficult for him that he'll say, listen, it's just not worth it, and it's interfering with my life. Maybe that's what you want, and then you can tell your daughter that she has a miserable father and her father doesn't want to see her.
No, I don't.
Maybe that's what you want.
She'll learn that on her own.
Or you just want. No, she won't. Listen, you have a passive-aggressive personality. She won't learn that on her own unless you teach her.
No.
It's a mistake for a child to think, my daddy's a bum. He doesn't treat me well. He doesn't take care of me. That's what you would like. You would like to say, my mommy's wonderful and my daddy's a bum. And if you think that that's a good idea, you're going to have a child who will perhaps love you as she gets older and perhaps resent you once she develops a mind of her own, and resent you forever. Choice is yours. Mr. Hovey, I'm not going to exacerbate this matter any further by ordering her to pay you money for this ring. We understand each other?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Your lawsuit's dismissed.
Your Honor,
Parties are excused. You may step out.
What?
I had a countersuit on
For what?
There's 2 quilts that belong to my children that I had wanted to get back, and he was supposed to bring them today to give them back, and he didn't.
Oh, I was.
Just a second.
Well,
Just a second. Do you know what blanket she's... Listen to me, Mr. Hovey. Do you know what blanket
she's talking about?
What blanket is she talking about?
One blanket she's talking about. The other day she saw my kid, my 4-month-old, in it, and it's a Tweety Bird blanket. She told me, she says, Mark, can I get that back whenever he's done with it? She can have it back. I told her that.
Just a second. So
in
you said fine.
That's right. Then
What's the other one?
The next one is a blanket, a quilted blanket that we bought at an auction that I bought. I bought with a credit card, and it was from him. It's got his handprint on it. I intend to give that to Robert later on. I've got lots of things of Robert.
Why don't you give it to him now?
He can have it now.
You want your blanket back with your handprint?
Yes, I
When are you
do.
going to get it to him?
As soon as possible.
ASAP
When I get
means
back.
within a couple of days?
Exactly.
Terrific. Thanks. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Back over to you.
Your Honor, we had fallen in love. We had vowed about our relationship. We would pass cash back and forth.
They fell in love. She got pregnant, and now she blames him for her illness.
The cancer was a direct result of a pregnancy that happened with Roosevelt and myself.
I never heard of cancer as a result of a pregnancy.
Parties on Sumner versus Keys. Step forward, please.
College Facilities Coordinator Kathleen Sumner says short-term boyfriend Roosevelt Keys, a nurse, owes her for loans, medical bills, and a false report to Child Protective Services.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. All rise. Judge, this is case number 187 on the calendar in the matter of Sumner versus Keys. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated.
Ms. Sumner, I gather from your papers, which I have reviewed very carefully, that you and the defendant had a short-term relationship,
That's correct.
And during that relationship, you allege that he borrowed some money from you.
That's correct.
And after the relationship was over, when you started to ask him for the repayment of this money, this loan, he reported you to Child Protective Services.
That's correct.
And you are also suing him for some pain and suffering, which I'm sure you'll explain to me. Now, first, let's deal with the money aspect of it, these loans. Tell me how this loan took place.
I met Roosevelt in May of '97, and during the course of 6 to 7 months, he had made several money loans from me.
Tell me about the money loans.
The first time he asked for a cash loan of $300.
When?
In June, on June 11th. Within June and July, he borrowed another $200, another $100. He also asked to use my...
So far, we're up to $600 in cash. 3 in June, 2 in July, and then another $100, you say. That
was
$600.
I have the documentation here.
Well, let me take a look at it.
This was a canceled check dated July 8th for $200. These, I think I gave them to in the other envelope. They were two separate cash draws of $300 from my credit card account. Roosevelt had several checks that were bouncing, and he asked for the money in cash.
Does any of this sound familiar to you, sir?
Somewhat familiar.
Well, let me hear somewhat.
Okay. The first loan on June 11th, I asked her for the money. She gave it to me.
$300?
$300, yes, she did. She did give it to me, Your Honor.
Okay. June 11th,
yes.
$300.
Yes.
And I have one here for July 8th, $200.
That was correct.
You agree with that?
Yes,
so
ma'am.
far we have $500.
Yes,
What's
ma'am.
next?
One time, Kathy gave me a cash loan of $100.
That's $100.
And that's all I remember for right now.
$600. Did
Yes,
you pay her
ma'am.
back?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you pay her back?
Oh, when I came back from annual training, Your Honor.
Absolutely
Did you give
not.
a check or
I
cash?
gave it back to her in cash, Your Honor.
Absolutely not.
I
never.
Just a second.
Your Honor, we had fallen in love. We had vowed about our relationship. We were doing things as family. She had my ATM card. I would give her my ATM card. We would pass cash back and forth. I had no idea of asking her for a receipt or anything. I didn't.
Well, show me your bank statement, sir. Your ATM statement. I assume that
Oh,
if
I
she
don't
gave...
have that with me, ma'am.
He never returned the money.
Just a second. Do you have any proof whatsoever that you repaid her, sir, this $600?
Not on me, Your Honor, no. I didn't bring it with me.
Okay. You want $3,000 for pain and suffering. What pain and suffering?
Roosevelt had been staying with me almost immediately after we had met, which was June of last year. Through the course of the relationship at about December, I had asked him to leave the house and had tried my best to tell him that I was no longer interested in continuing the relationship with him. He made a lot of very volatile phone calls to my home. He left several notes and messages on my mailbox, including ones of this nature and many other ones. He threatened that if I were to, I made a call to him in May, the beginning of April.
Just a minute. I assume you wrote this, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
It says, like I say, Kathy, if we go in front of one judge, I guarantee you will go in front of another. I have nothing to hide. You'll be the one explaining why you painted your house last summer.
Yes, ma'am.
I assume there were threatened lawsuits at this time. Say if we
No,
go in
ma'am.
front of one judge. What does that mean?
No, not at all. She was saying that I owed her money, and I was saying, no, I don't owe you any money. And you know that we were passing money back and forth between our whole relationship, Your
So this
Honor.
was all about the money?
No, actually...
This was about the money. If we go in front of one judge, we'll go in front of another. So clearly, according to you, according to what you're saying to me, this one sentence is about the money that she alleges you owe her and demands that she was making for the money.
Her demand?
Yes!
Yes, her demand, yes, ma'am.
All right, and you said you have nothing to hide.
Nothing to hide, ma'am.
And you'll explain to the judge, I assume that that's what this means, why you painted your house last summer. Why did she paint her house?
I didn't feel comfortable when she was telling me about what happened, and because she didn't feel comfortable about it. And
what?
Well,
It's totally irrelevant to the money that he owes me
Just a
and
minute.
him paying the debt.
Just a second. Ms. Sumner, you raise it in your complaint. You say in your complaint that part of his harassment that you're suing for
The
pain and
harassment.
suffering is that he reported you to Child Protective Services. You raised that
You're right.
in your complaint, so it is relevant. So what you told him is relevant, because I assume there did come a time when you reported the plaintiff to Child Protective Services. Is that correct?
no, I didn't report it to Child Protective
Who'd you
Services.
report it
I
to?
reported to the San Mateo Police Department.
Okay. And that was after you left.
And after I left,
Was it after you left the home that you made this report to Protective Services?
that particular day, ma'am?
Mr. Keys, am I speaking a language that you don't understand, or are you trying to figure out how to answer my
No,
question?
ma'am. No, ma'am.
All right.
No, ma'am.
So let's get it together. It
Yes,
was
ma'am.
sometime after you left the home that you made this report to the police department.
ma'am.
And you made the report to the police department because you believed that the children were at risk.
One of the children.
One of the children.
Yes.
Do you want to tell me why?
Kathleen Sumner claims former boyfriend, Roosevelt Keys, owes her for loans, medical bills during pregnancy, and falsely reporting her to Child Protective Services. He says the phone call was needed.
How old is this child?
She was 9 at the time, and she's 10 now, Your Honor. Throughout the course of our relationship and watching her children, watching the oldest, Your Honor, who by one is afraid to go to the bathroom by herself, she's afraid to take a shower by herself, she's afraid to go in her bedroom without an adult that's standing out in front of the dining room by herself. When we go into the car, Your Honor, she wants to sit in the middle of her 2 youngest girls. I found it very strange for that to be happening with a 9 or 10-year-old child. I brought it to Kathy's attention on several occasions. I said, Kathy.
Never brought it to my attention. Never.
Do you so far remember this conversation that you've had with him?
Absolutely not. This is how it began. I called him in April and said, you have until May 1st to make a substantial debt payment to your debt. And if you don't, I'm going to go to small claims court, and I'm going to collect it in small claims court. After I made that phone call to him, an onslaught of phone calls and threatening letters. If you do take me to court, I'll jeopardize the custody of your children. I'll be telling authorities what I know. Don't push me. I will. We go in front of one judge. We'll go in front of another. Basically, what he did was he picked what he could up and resurrected it to go to the police department with to make this claim because I was suing him. He never once discussed concerns about my children. It was never, ever an issue.
Okay. There are certain telling things in these letters.
Yes, ma'am.
First, it is clear, sir, that you acknowledge that you owe her money.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's also troublesome to me that in one of the letters, you say, it's only money I owe you, but I guarantee you will have to prove yourself a worthy parent.
Yes, ma'am.
That's not good. There is some connection here in this letter between her pursuing her claim of money and your reporting what you allegedly know to Child Protective Services, because that's what it suggests. It's only money I owe you, but I guarantee you will have to prove yourself a worthy parent.
Yes, ma'am.
My question, Mr. Keys, is as follows. If you separated in January and you reported to the police in May,
Yes, ma'am.
what happened between January and May that inspired you to make the report in May?
Because I had spoke to her on several occasions about it, Your Honor. We had spoke about this. I asked her, I said, Kathy, the child...
When? Before you left or after?
Before and after.
Joe, tell me about the after.
February 13th, we went out.
You went out for a date.
We went out for a date, yes, ma'am.
And at that date, you want to tell me what you say you
no,
said
it wasn't.
to her?
I mean, I'm just saying that we were together. I mean, I've talked to her.
I want you to tell me, sir, about conversations you had after January about this child.
There was no conversation.
Yes, there was.
I'm not speaking to you. Do you understand me? Are you on any sort of medication?
No, I'm not.
Ma'am, we spoke after February, after January, before.
Tell me, just a second.
Ma'am, I had mentioned, okay, I would tell you.
See, you think
I
he's
would
doing a
tell you,
dance
ma'am,
around
and I'm
me?
not on
Bert,
medication.
you think he's doing a dance around me?
I get that impression.
Huh?
I get that impression.
No,
Judge.
ma'am, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you can man me all you like. You're very respectful, but I know the difference between Rain and Piddle.
Yes, ma'am.
I know the difference.
Yes, I know you do.
Okay. So what I'm asking you, sir, is after January, you tell me when you discussed with the plaintiff your concern about her daughter.
After January, I spoke to her and asked her what would she like to do with Carmel. That's the daughter. I asked her, you know that you're aware, and I'm aware that there's something wrong with your child. And she was aware. Sometimes she would not respond because it was such a sensitive subject, Your Honor. And I said, Kathy, I have to report this.
Mr. Keys.
Yes, ma'am.
What I am telling you, sir, is I do not doubt that you may have had certain questions with regard to the welfare of this child. My question with regard to you, sir, is your motivation for reporting it when you did. That's a question that I have. And it's a question that I have that seems to be borne out in your own handwriting.
Yes, ma'am.
We understand each other now, Mr. Keys?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okie dokie. Now, when he reported this matter to the police, the Child Protective Authorities called in, madam.
The police department called me first and said that a report was made to their office, a child molestation against my oldest daughter, Carmel, and they had gone to her school, they had pulled her out of class, and they had interviewed her.
Yes.
They, as a course of protocol, had to report it to Child Protective Services as well, and the case was closed at intake after interviewing me, interviewing Carmel separately, and reviewing all information they had. And I have the documentation, the investigative narrative from the social worker who says that it was closed upon intake and the information was unfounded. My daughter is a healthy...
Just a second.
Ma'am?
What?
I also have that is the police officer who I reported this to, and she said the restraining order was a result from her and her sister having on it because her sister lives right behind her house, Your Honor. And he went to her sister in his underwear, fondled himself in front of her sister, and said that, you know that you want me. Sister, in turn, called the police on him, got the restraining order out on him, Your Honor.
Is that her sister?
That's her sister who lives
Does your sister have a restraining order against him?
No, she doesn't.
You want me to call this detective? Find
You
out?
absolutely can.
Great. See if I can get a detective in. You know, one way or another, this is going to get very, very nasty.
Kathleen Sumner wants short-term boyfriend Roosevelt Keys to pay back his loans, pay her medical bills, and compensate her for giving Child Protective Services a false report. He says the call was needed.
I have to be perfectly satisfied that there is absolutely no validity to what he did. Now, he may have been misguided in his motive for calling protective services on you, but if there is a scintilla of truth as to what he's saying to me, then you're not going to get a nickel with regard to your pain and suffering. Do you understand?
I understand that.
Now, so that's why I'm trying to get a hold of these people. He seems to have information, and it would seem to me that if you did not pursue that, there's something wrong with your head. Right? Now, he also says to me that your sister had a protective order against you, or former, with regard to some unseemly sexual acts that he committed in front of her. You seem to say that that's absolutely false.
That's not what I said. I did not say it was absolutely false. I said my pain and suffering is a result of he took stuff that happened over a year, 2 years ago, and resurrected it for the sole purpose of trying to deter me from filing a claim in small claims
I don't
court.
doubt that he was not motivated by his desire to see to it solely that the children were safeguarded. But if there is truth to what he says, if this detective tells me that your sister had a restraining order against your, I'm going to have a problem with you.
There was no restraining order, and you're welcome to go ahead and call the police.
See.
What's her sister's name?
You want her telephone number?
No. Oh, maybe.
She's the one who told me, Your Honor.
548. And it's a 650 area code.
Can't things just be simple? Is Victoria Jacobs there, please? This is Judge Judy Shanlin. Can I speak with you for a moment, please? I have your sister before me in a case that she's currently trying before me, and an issue arose with regard to an allegation with her or some action that you had against him where you obtained a protective order. Does that sound familiar to you? Okay, when was that incident? About a year ago this time? Can you describe the incident to me? Did you, in fact, get a protective order restraining him and to have no... It was in effect? And when this incident happened with your sisters, did you tell your sister about it? Immediately? Okay. But you haven't had any difficulty with him since then? He has stayed away. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate the call. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Sir?
Well, Miss Sumner, it certainly appears as if your sister confirms everything that Mr. Keyes tells me about this incident involving herself and your... And she said that she, as a matter of fact, called you before she called the police. Does that refresh your recollection?
That's correct. I'm not saying that there wasn't an incident.
Your sister furthermore says that this incident occurred while you had a restraining order against you. Stay away from both you and the children.
The restraining order was never in effect because I was never able to get him served.
Look, I'm not going to spend any more time with this case. You owe her $600. Pay it! I'm not making any award for pain and suffering, madam. I'm not so sure that you shouldn't be following up with some of this stuff yourself. I'm certainly going to find out whether Child Protective Services had all the facts before they marked this case unfounded. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Well, I told her she was going to get $4,200 for the motorcycle.
You told her she was going to get it. What do you have, a crystal ball?
He left his Harley for his wife to sell, but he didn't like the deal.
She didn't put an ad in the paper. She didn't drive around the motorcycle with a helmet on, around the street with a for sale sign. She took it to a dealer and said, give me the money. Is that what you did?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. That's what I would have done.
Parties on Cardenas versus Cardenas. Step forward, please.
43-year-old physical therapist Joel Cardenas is suing his ex-wife, 35-year-old homemaker Lauren Cardenas, for money from selling his motorcycle. Lauren says the money was used for child support.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 164 on the calendar in the matter of Cardenas versus Cardenas. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
You folks are currently divorced.
Yes, ma'am.
And you, sir, are under a $1,200 a month support obligation
Yes, ma'am.
for your former wife and your 2 children.
Yes, ma'am.
According to your complaint, in addition to your wife and your 2 children, you also used to have a motorcycle.
Yes, ma'am.
And you were called back to the Philippines where your family is.
Right, because my dad was debilitated.
And you left your motorcycle with your former wife to sell.
Yes, ma'am. In an agreement that because of the time of my absence, at least when she sells the motorcycle, there'll be the month that will be paid for the child support because of my stay in the Philippines.
Okay, so you left her your motorcycle and you said sell it.
Right.
And use some of the money to pay my month's support obligation.
Correct.
And how long were you in the Philippines?
Approximately a month.
And when you came back, you had in fact sold the motorcycle.
Yes, ma'am, I did. Yes,
I
ma'am.
assume you have a bill of sale for me?
I have a receipt from the company telling how much I got for it and what it was.
fine. And how much did you get for the motorcycle?
$3,400 for the condition it was in.
Okay. And you left, according to these papers, in April.
Correct.
Were you fully paid up in April?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am, he was not.
According to your wife, your former wife, you were not fully paid up in April. You still owed her something, like $300. Is that right?
Yes.
In which I paid cash before I left.
Did you always pay it by check?
No, not always,
No,
because
his
we
checks
had
bounced.
So he would pay you in cash?
Whenever I could get it in cash, that's what I preferred.
Mr. Cardenas, how long are you divorced?
A year.
Approximately a year.
In the future, you should give your wife a money order, not cash.
I know.
Do you understand?
Well, the only...
Take a deep breath. Try to listen to me. Try to listen to me.
Okay.
If you give her a money order, then you will have a receipt.
I understand that from now on,
Good.
Judge.
She says your checks bounce. She doesn't want a check.
That's correct.
I can understand that. But there is a happy medium. You give her money orders.
See, I always have the money, and I always tell, like I told her,
Not always. Just pay attention.
I am.
Good. So from now on, you're going to give her your support payments in a money order.
Money order or check, correct?
No. You say check. I said money order.
Money order, all right.
Money order is where you go to the bank and get a money. Are you chewing gum?
Yes, ma'am.
No. Okay. Let's not talk about April. April is $300. You came back in May.
Yes.
Did you pay your May support payment?
I did not, because he sold the motorcycle.
So you didn't pay May?
I didn't.
So let us take off $1,200 for May.
Less $100 because he owes me, she owes me $2,000, which I loaned to her.
Are you supposed to pay him $100 a month?
Yes, I had originally was going to pay his life insurance policy, the
Right
child
now,
support.
you're supposed to pay him $100 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So $3,400 you got for the motorcycle.
Yes, ma'am.
Less $1,200 for your May support payment is $2,200 plus $100, right? Because you're supposed to get from her $100.
Right.
Right? So that means that you should have gotten $2,300. Is that right? Now, did you pay June?
No, he didn't.
You didn't pay June.
Correct.
So less $1,200.
May I appeal also?
Just a second. Less $1,200 brings it down to $1,100. And you still are supposed to give him the $100.
Yes, ma'am.
So we got to add on another $100 there. Now we're up to $1,200. Now we're now in July. Did you pay July?
No, the reason being...
Did you pay July?
No, because he said you paid up till July.
Just a second. So you didn't pay July?
No, because she
1,200
stated that I'm paid up till July from the sale of the motorcycle.
Just a second. So you said, I'm paid up till July, so you didn't pay her in July.
Correct.
So $1,200 less $1,200 leaves zero.
Plus $100.
Plus $100. So what are you here for? What are you here for?
Well, the motorcycle is in a mint condition. I have my witness here that he could testify that the only thing wrong was it's got a flat tire. And all the thing that he's saying about the deductions, it's not true because...
Shh, just a second. So what you're saying is she should have gotten more for the motorcycle.
Correct.
But you didn't tell her what to get for the motorcycle. You left her the motorcycle to sell.
Yes, and I asked for the receipt, which he didn't give me.
Oh, well, let's give him the receipt. Is this it? Now he's got a receipt. Now you got a receipt.
Why did she wait till I get down
Just a
here?
second. Now you got the receipt. And you didn't tell her, don't sell the motorcycle unless you get $4,000 for it. You said, here's the motorcycle, sell it. She sold it. She may have taken the
No, I
easiest
told her she
way.
was going to get $4,200 for the motorcycle.
You told her she was going to get it. What do you have, a crystal ball?
No, it's a
Did
blue
you
book
say to
value.
her? Did you say to her, don't sell the motorcycle unless you get $4,200? Did you say that? Yes
I
or
told
no?
her at least
Did
$4,200.
No. Don't make it up as we go along.
No, I'm not making it up.
Yes, don't make it up. Did you say to her, do not sell the motorcycle unless you get this amount for it?
No, I did not.
Perfect. So she took the motorcycle and she sold it. She probably sold it the easiest way she could. She didn't put an ad in the paper. She didn't drive around the motorcycle with a helmet on, around the street with a for sale sign. She took it to a dealer and said, give me the money. Is that what you did?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. That's what I would have done. She got $3,400 for it, which means that you paid up for 3 months. And you didn't pay her anything. May, June, and July. Now, sir, I could understand you standing here if you said, well, when I came back, I gave her $1,200 in May, I gave her $1,200 in June, I gave her $1,200 in July. She owes me the money for the motorcycle. But I don't understand why you're here.
Joelle Cardenas wants the balance of the money from the motorcycle his ex-wife, Lauren Cardenas, sold. Lauren says she used it because he was behind in child support.
Why are you here? I'm very confused.
The reason why I'm here is to be able to get, if there's any amount of balance, which I didn't even know because she didn't tell me.
I see.
Your Honor,
All
he did
right,
know.
so-
I told him from the beginning how much I got for it. I did not have a receipt at that time. I had to go get it for court. I knew I'd have to have one for court. But from the beginning, he called me a liar. He told my children I was lying to him. You know, and he has told them horrendous things, and it all goes around money. Everything around him revolves around money.
That's too bad.
And it is, because he wants the children. He wants to take them away from me. He wants to take them to the Philippines. 14 years ago, I almost aborted my first one. I never told her. A few weeks ago, he decided she needed to know this. This is what I'm dealing with in him.
Mr. Cardenas, did you do that? Did you tell that to your daughter? Did you tell that to your daughter, sir?
Yes, I did.
That's outrageous. Do you think, Mr. Cardenas, that that was designed to make your child feel better about herself?
No.
Did you think that that was designed to make her feel
No,
better?
I feel that the truth has to come out.
Listen, Mrs. Cardenas.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't have enough years to get through to him, if that's his answer to me. Unfortunately.
That's his answer.
Unfortunately, what did you do? You picked him. Mrs. Cardenas.
Are we all entitled to
no,
one mistake?
You made a big one.
Yes, I did.
The only thing that you can try to do is, if this is the response from a man who has 2 children, who he's supposed to love and nurture, to make sure that they grow up feeling really good about themselves, wanted and loved and secure, to tell a child her mother wanted to abort her so that she would be in a jar instead of sitting in a chair, that is the most despicable thing that I tell you that I've heard in a very long time. So, Mr. Cardenas, you take your attitude about child rearing and your lawsuit and get out of here. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Back up to your right, please.
Why didn't she told me the very beginning? Then I wouldn't have gone to this whole thing.
As far as my children go, I wish that I could actually even told her in more detail what he done, because I need somebody of authority to tell him how he's destroying them. He doesn't see it.
Parties on Werrick versus Stanky. Step forward, please.
20-year-old Monica Wyrick is suing her sister, 23-year-old Jennifer Stanky, over a check from their grandfather's estate.
You 2 young ladies are sisters.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
And this lawsuit isn't about a lot of money.
No.
According to you, your grandfather left some money. $500. $506. Your sister got the check. You think that half of it belongs to you. Well, what I'm interested in more than this little bit of money that we're talking about is why you would bring your sister to court for that kind of money.
Well, Your Honor, when my mother died in 1994, she kept everything in the house, everything. She kicked me out. I was 16 years old. I didn't have anything. We don't have any family at all, you know.
So it's just the 2 of you?
Yes.
Even more of a reason not to squabble over a little bit of money. Your position is that this money should go for something else.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me hear.
Okay, when I found out about the estate of my grandfather and found out about the money, I contacted my sister about it. They didn't even know that she existed. They only thought that I was the only child. I brought her in. I said, Monica, we're getting some money from my grandfather. She agreed on one thing.
Was this your maternal grandfather, your mother's father?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
And I told her, whatever we got, if it was $2, $10,000, $500, the first thing we were supposed to do is buy my mother a headstone.
You mean your mother is buried without a headstone?
Yes, ma'am. I was 19 at the time. I had a 6-month-old daughter. My sister was 15. She was turning 16 in March. My mother died in August. I took care of everything. I took care of my mother for 7 long years while she was sick.
How old was she when she died?
47. I did everything.
She had cancer?
Yes, ma'am. I did everything. I took care of this child.
How old was she when your mother died?
15.
No, she did not take care of me.
I
She
went-
kicked me out.
I went to the courts because I lost the house that my mother was buying because I was only 19 at the time. They didn't think I was more mature enough. My cousin came to me and said, let me take her. You have a 6-month-old. Your mother just passed away. You know, let me help you, okay? She went, she was there 2 weeks in Ocala. Because her boyfriend couldn't spend the night with her, she ran away. I brought her back into my custody. Of Christmas, we got into it.
You got into a fight?
Yes, ma'am. I hit her. I went to jail for hitting her. Because
How long were you incarcerated?
I was 24 hours. I couldn't do it anymore. A year later, she called me. She had no food, no lights, no nothing. And since of '96, I've been taking care of her.
Oh.
Monica Wyrick wants her sister, Jennifer Stanky, to give her half the money she received from their grandfather's estate. Jennifer says the money is for their mother's headstone.
Listen to me. She wants to use this money to buy your mother a headstone. Stop a second. Don't you think your mother should have a headstone?
Oh, yes, I do. But why is she waiting now after 4 years to get my mother a headstone?
Just a second. Did you have money to contribute to your mother's headstone?
No, I actually did. I could have used my income tax money like she could have used hers, which she had gotten around $1,000. But instead, she went and spent it on her boyfriend.
Shh, listen to me. Listen to me. Right now, you're dealing with some unexpected money. You're dealing with $500. Not enough to buy a really fancy headstone.
Right.
But for something. You only had one mother. Did you care about your mother?
Oh, I loved my mother. Of course I did.
So?
But the reason I didn't let her keep the $253 because I knew she wasn't going to use it towards the headstone. She has said that 4 years in a row, and she never once tried to even get my mother a headstone.
Let me ask you this question. If I could assure you that this money would be used to buy your mother a headstone, would you be prepared to use it for that purpose?
The problem is, okay, fine, I'll agree to, spending the money on my mother's headstone because I love my mother to death. I always have, always will. But we won't agree on, exactly what, we want on my mother's headstone.
Okay, listen.
It's her way or no way.
Just a second. We're going to resolve everything today. First, we're going to use that money, and you can go together to make sure that the money is used for that purpose to satisfy you if you want to. And I will have an order prepared for that purpose. But let's not leave today without deciding what's to be written on the headstone. How's that? I mean, I've never done that before.
Hey, good idea.
I mean, I've never done that before for strangers.
Good idea.
I've done it, unfortunately, for myself,
the only
but not
thing
for
I
strangers.
said was, it charges more for writing. I think her name should be on it, beloved mother, and the year. She doesn't need a long speech.
Yes, she does. She deserves it.
Okay. Now, the question is, everything that you write, listen.
Costs more.
Shh. Every letter that you write in the stone costs money. Can we agree that if your mother's name, beloved mother, the date of her birth and the date that she died, is what you can get for $525, which is a very small amount of money, then that's what it'll be. If he's prepared to write more on the stone for the same money, she would like something else on the stone. Are you prepared to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me what else you're shaking your head like this.
You just don't know her. She's
know me.
What I'm
You
telling you is
me.
this is
You
going...
killed my animals.
Hey,
what more?
Hey. This is going to be reduced to an order. So I'm trying to get the order down so that we have the entire order so that there are no mistakes. Do you understand?
Oh, I understand.
Good.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Call 1-888-800-JUDY.
What else do you want on the stone?
Maybe not so much the writing, maybe just the color of the headstone. Because they have a pink marble headstone that I have looked at, you know, because when my mother was buried, she did everything wrong.
You would prefer a pink marble?
Yes, I would.
Okay. If you can get the pink marble for the same price, I somehow doubt it, but if you can get the pink marble for the same price, your sister's prepared to agree to that, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. What else? Good. So the order that the court will have drafted is as follows, that the $506 will be used to purchase a headstone for your mother. And the writing is not a problem because the writing is exactly as you've indicated and you've agreed to. Her name, beloved mother, the year of her birth, and the year of her death. It will be a pink marble stone as per your request if that can be honored at the same $525 price. Agreed? Agreed?
Yeah.
Great. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
You agreed to allow the Pares to adopt your unborn child. Is that right?
Yes.
But when the day arrived, she changed her mind.
And I started to think about it, and I didn't want to send my son with someone else.
I went through a lot of heartache.
Have you had any success with finding another baby?
Yes, we did.
You did?
Yes, we
Yes,
did.
we have.
Oh, that's wonderful.
He's on Paré versus Smith. Step forward, please.
Jacques and Nicole Perret claim 20-year-old Christine Smith changed her mind after agreeing to their adoption of her baby. They are suing Christine for money given during her pregnancy.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 181 on the calendar in the matter of Paré versus Smith. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mr. and Mrs. Paré, you were attempting to adopt a child. Went through, I assume, since I'm familiar with these adoption proceedings, went through some agencies and finally decided you would go to a lawyer. And the lawyer told you what you were supposed to do, and ultimately you found the defendant who was pregnant.
That's correct.
Yes.
And you agreed that you were not in a position to raise a child, another child at the time, and you agreed to allow the Parés to adopt your unborn child. Is that right?
Yes.
And you needed some financial assistance?
Yes. Which I started receiving in my 3rd month.
From them?
No, from their attorney.
But the money came from them?
Right, they paid the attorney at the end. Yes.
And how much money did you receive?
I received roughly $3,000.
Well, we have documents indicating differently.
I'm not certain. Don't have an exact amount.
How much money did she receive?
She received approximately $3,400, and then there's another $1,000 fee that was owed
For the lawyers.
from the lawyer.
Which lawyer? Your lawyer?
Our
For our
intermediary.
lawyer, right.
So it was a total of $4,400?
That's correct.
Yes.
That you had out of pocket?
Basically, including
Yes.
the trip down there and all the money that I...
But the money that was, in fact, turned over to the defendant was $3,400.
That's correct.
And then the baby was born, boy or a girl?
Boy.
And the defendant changed her mind.
Yes, she did.
When did she change her mind?
I believe it was Monday, May 11th, but I got down there on the 8th of May and arrived at the hospital, and she told me that there was a problem and that we needed to talk. And basically, she stated that the hospital said that all of our documents weren't there. I was coming from out of state. And that she wasn't real comfortable with the child going home with a nurse. And she said because the
child would have to go home with a nurse if all your documents weren't in place.
Correct. And so we claimed that we were going to take care of everything on Monday. My lawyer and I had a court date set to go and get preliminary adoption papers set up. And I called Miss Christine and told her that if she could please meet us at the courthouse Monday and we could get everything finalized. And I never heard from her. And
By that time, you had changed your mind.
Yes.
What caused you to change your mind?
Having my son for the 4 days. I thought that right after Nicole arrived, I wasn't filled in on everything, I guess.
But she told me while we were there at the hospital that she had already relinquished her rights. But at that point, I was a little bit hysterical and didn't really realize what she had said. And the hospital let her take the child home anyways. And when I met with my lawyer that Sunday night, she showed me all the paperwork that she had already relinquished the child and that the hospital basically gave the child to her and that they weren't supposed to. So, and she knew that, and she knew that she wasn't supposed to take the child with her.
How long had you been trying to have a baby?
My husband and I have been together 12 years.
And this was going to be your first child?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Well, Miss Smith, do you feel as if you're responsible for returning the $3,400 to them?
Yes, I do. But let me re-put that. I know they need their money back and that they should get it. But as far as me giving it to them, I just feel that the circumstances for the adoption, things didn't happen the way that they should have.
Yeah, but you signed a document.
Right, I did.
You have other children?
Yes, I have a daughter.
How old is your daughter?
She's 3 almost.
Are you together with the father of these children?
Yes.
And he's the father of both children?
No.
He's just the father of?
Jaciana.
Of your daughter. Is that right?
Yes.
Was there a separation from him for a period of time?
2 months.
2 months, and it was during that time that you became pregnant with this child?
Yes.
Someone else named as the father of this child?
Yes.
And I have the documents to show that as well.
How does your husband treat this? You married to this man?
No, not yet. He treats him as if he is his own.
Does that mean that he supports him?
Yes.
Does he work?
Yes.
Do you work?
No, not currently.
But he works?
Yes.
And he wants to maintain this family?
Yes.
Well, he's going to have to return this money. And if you've decided to stay home with your children, that's fine. But I can't compensate them for their heartbreak, and you know that you can't either. But it's probably better that it turned out this way
Yes,
at the
it is.
beginning rather than going through something 6 months down the pike after this little baby boy was
I
home
know
with
that.
you, right?
Yes.
I know that.
Have you had any success with finding another baby?
Yes, we did.
You did?
Yes,
Yes,
did.
we have.
Oh, that's wonderful. When?
About 25 days after all this occurred, our lawyer contacted us and said that there was a 6-month-old child that was available for adoption.
Boy or girl?
Little boy.
Boy.
So we got a little boy. So we're really happy. He's a great little boy. It's a good boy. Really good boy.
Well, that is wonderful. So
Thank
that
you.
eases.
A little bit, but I went through a lot of heartache. I tried to drive home, and I couldn't drive home. And I mean, it took me 5 days to get back to where I live, and it was very difficult.
Well, when a door is closed someplace, a window is open someplace else.
Yes.
And this was a nice window,
Thank God.
right? And you've got a 6-month-old little baby that probably slept through the night right away.
That's right,
Yes, he
yeah.
did.
Right?
Yes, he did.
Christine Smith did not give up her baby as promised to Jacques and Nicole Perez. The Perez are suing Christine for the money they gave her during her pregnancy.
All right, Miss Smith, you know that they have to be compensated for the money that they gave you. It's not fair, it's not moral, and it's not right or just for them not to be compensated for the money you received. With regard to your attorney's fees, you spent $1,000 for your lawyer. I have a feeling that these people don't have a whole lot of money.
No.
So I'm awarding you $3,400, which is the money that was furnished to Miss Smith during the time that she was confined and unable to work and take care of herself, much less her pregnancy. I'm really thrilled that you have
Thank you.
a new baby home. I know that that makes appearing in court today much easier for you.
A little
Yes, it
bit,
does.
yeah.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
And Miss Smith, I wish you well with your new family.
Thank you.
You know, I would assume that this kind of thing is never going to happen again.
I hope not.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's a great boy. He's wonderful. He's been light in our hearts, that's for sure.
I'm just very happy for Nicole and Jacques. Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
He's beautiful.
Thank you.
All parties on Kinder versus Pearson. Step forward, please.
Rental car company owner Jim Kinder claims electrician Bruce Pearson wrongly reported him to the police for endangering his children.
Mr. Kinder,
Ma'am.
I gather from your complaint that there was a time that you and your wife were briefly separated.
That's correct, in 1995.
And during that time, you were enjoying visitation with your children.
That's correct. I had them every other weekend.
These are your kids?
Yes, they are.
And at that time, you were living on a boat.
27-foot Coronado.
And there were no shower facilities on the boat for the kids. But
Or for me either. They were up in the marina office.
well, you weren't the problem.
Right.
It was the two little girls that were a problem. So at this marina, they have shower facilities, some for boys and some for girls.
That's correct.
But at the time, the two little girls were too young to go into shower facilities by themselves, and you figured it might be a problem if you went into the ladies' shower with them.
I definitely did.
Wise thinking on your part. So you decided to take them into the men's shower.
All three of the kids at the same time.
Then there came a time, sir, when you, who also have a boat at this marina,
Right.
you needed a shower.
Yeah. I'd gotten home from work late, went up to shower.
So you went into the boys' shower room.
Right.
And while you were lathering up and washing off, you saw a little girl
Right.
who didn't have any clothes on.
Right.
And you didn't have any clothes on.
Exactly.
And at that time, you didn't see him in the shower room.
Saw him leave the shower room. There's only 2 stalls. And that he left the little girl in one shower. I assumed it was a little boy. And that he went outside and said, "I'll see you outside." I hopped in the other shower. When I get out to get my towel, there's a little girl standing there. So, you know, I closed the shower door, got back in, toweled off, and then they were gone.
And when did this happen, sir?
Last August of '97.
So what you did after you saw this was go to the harbor master.
Right. Our dock master described Jim Kinder, just described the person, because I'd never met him before that. So
And the harbor master gave you a name.
Yeah.
His name.
Right.
And then what did you do?
Went over to the harbor police and made a report.
What kind of a report did you make, sir?
I just told them exactly what happened, you know, and I figured they'd follow up on it, and I assumed they did.
So you tell me what happened as a result of this report that Mr. Pearson filed. Because that's what your lawsuit is about, for falsely reporting this incident. Is that right?
Well, it would be more accurate to say it was either, I think it was with reckless abandon, because we had
But that's what your lawsuit is about.
Right.
What happened as a result of this report?
Right.
Okay.
What happened is that I got a phone call from some friends of mine who were staying on the boat, a married couple, and they said the police had come down looking for me, indicating that there was a matter involving sexual neglect of my children. I called the police immediately. This was on a Saturday morning, about 11 o'clock, and the police said, "What is the story with this? We've had this information." I said, "My kids have not been down to the boat with me since March of 1996, when my wife and I reconciled. And after the 11 months I was on the boat, I had enjoyed all of the boat I could stand for a while. So we hadn't been down there in a long, long time." Nevertheless, the police said, "Well, you know, you have to come down right away and bring the kids." And I mean, as a parent, you just have no idea what goes through your mind.
So you started to get a little nervous.
Well, I was both nervous and I was furious. I was shaking. I was so mad. So I took the kids down, and in the car, I told them, just, you know, answer whatever the questions the police ask you, and just tell the truth. So we got there, and the police wanted to separate us and take the kids in a private room, and I would not allow that. But I told the police they could ask whatever questions they wanted to in my presence. And so the police asked the kids how long it had been since they were on the boat, and, you know, the kids told them it had been to the summer before or longer. And they asked me, and I said, "We haven't been down there in a long, long time, since March of '96. And that was basically...
And then what happened?
then they said we could go.
And did you go?
Yes.
Did anything else happen as a result of this, sir?
Well, no. I mean, no, not really. I didn't. I mean, my wife was upset. The kids are very resilient. It was like, you know, it wasn't that big a deal to them, but I was really upset, very upset.
Jim Kinder says Bruce Pearson did the wrong thing when he reported him for leaving his young child alone in the men's shower. Bruce says he was shocked.
Now, what makes you think, Mr. Kinder, that the defendant acted recklessly with regard to his complaint?
Because
First of all, let me ask you this. You didn't know each other from before?
I wouldn't have recognized him if I'd seen him outside here today.
Okay. Had you ever seen the plaintiff before you claim that you saw him on that day?
No.
So there's nothing in your history that suggests that this was done out of any evil will?
I think that's a fair statement.
So you think it was done recklessly?
Very recklessly.
Well, then let's explore the issue of recklessness for a moment. Because that is the gravamen of your complaint.
It is.
That is the crux of your complaint.
It is.
That his conduct was reckless. So what did he do? He saw this little girl in the men's shower. She was naked, he was naked. And he felt as if it was irresponsible for whoever's little girl it was to have been left there by a guardian, custodian, parent in the men's bathroom, because you never know what kind of perverts you're going to meet in the men's bathroom. I'm not talking about you, Mr. Pearson. You understand that? But you never know. So you would agree with me, Mr. Kinder, that somebody who would leave a child unattended, a little girl unattended, in a men's shower facility without forewarning anybody that there was a little girl there, please cover up, could we have 5 minutes, was acting irresponsibly. You would agree with that?
I think I would really like to know a few more of the facts, but essentially I think that would be reckless, yes.
You think it would be reckless. So we've accomplished that. Now, he saw a little girl in there. So what did he do? He didn't know who the person was, right?
Right.
So you went to speak to someone who was in charge.
Exactly.
And you described the person who you saw.
Right.
And for the purposes of this proceeding, although I'm not taking it for the truth of the statement, because that would be hearsay, the harbor master, or what do they call it?
The dock master.
Dock master.
Yeah.
Gave you the plaintiff's name.
Yeah, he told me, he goes, Kinder doing that again.
And he gave you his whole name.
Yeah.
But you had never seen him there.
Never.
Which seems to support his statement that he didn't spend time at the boat for a long time. Right?
Right.
Okay. But the boatmaster gave your name, sir.
Because I had all 3 kids in the men's room in 1995, 2 years before, 2 years and 3 months before.
But Mr. Kinder, we're talking about your allegation of recklessness. He did what was responsible. I think it would have been a tragedy if he did nothing. Too many people close their eyes to people acting irresponsibly with children. Assuming that he acted perhaps negligently, not recklessly, but negligently then in making the call, we would even get to the issue of damages here. Now, according to you, kids are pretty resilient. You took the kids down, they asked a few questions, and the matter was over. So you had a period of a day or two when you were both nervous and angry.
It wasn't pretty to see my wife crying about it.
Well, that's not pretty. But she looks as if she got over it. It's the children that would concern me. And according to you, the children, they bounced back. They were asked a couple of questions, and nothing came of it.
That's correct.
Wasn't reported to Child Protective Services. You weren't listed in the State Central Registry of Child Abuse and Neglect Perpetrators, right?
As far as
It was
I know.
over, right?
Right.
So's this case. Go home, take your gorgeous family home, sir. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Said you grabbed your chin, like this?
Yes.
And you pushed her?
I pushed
Oh,
her
that's-
hands. I didn't push her chest.
Who asked your son to leave the house?
My husband asked him to leave the house.
A family torn asunder. Judge Judy puts back together.
First of all, I love my mom.
I raised him the best I could.
How about going out for breakfast together?
That'd be great.
Right after court? Great.
Parties on Stringfellow versus Parrish. Step forward, please.
Truck driver Ricky Stringfellow is suing his adopted son, 21-year-old store manager Tony Parrish, for not repaying a car loan. And he says he kicked Tony out for threatening his mom.
Order. All rise. Yeah, it's case number 165 on the calendar in the matter of Stringfellow versus Parrish. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
This is a rather sad situation. Mr. Stringfellow, this is your stepson. Is that right?
Yes.
Are you his mother? According to your complaint, you made a loan to your stepson to buy a car or a truck, and he didn't pay you back. Is that what this is about?
That's correct.
As a result of that, he says that he was asked to leave the house, and he has not really been able to have free contact with his mother. And you have a sister?
Yes, ma'am.
And a sister. How old are you?
Now I'm 21.
Tell me about this loan, Mr. Stringfellow.
It's just a family loan. He was wanting to buy a car, and there was a used pickup truck involved. And I told him that I would loan him the money to fix the truck up, and he could drive that and would have no payments or low payments. And he didn't want to do that. He wanted to buy a new car.
Mm-hmm.
And I lent him the money, and
How much money did you lend him?
$1,400 and some change.
Okay. And he bought a car. And what was your arrangement as far as paying it back?
He was to pay his mother back at, what was it, baby?
His first paycheck of every month.
The first paycheck of every month.
How much was his first paycheck of each month supposed to be?
It's around $400.
Why don't you step up here? Hmm?
It was around $400.
Okay.
Judy, can I sit down? I have muscle spasms.
Sure, absolutely. You feeling all right? You want to stop for a minute?
Yeah, just give me a minute. I'll be okay.
Sure. Can you tell me this story?
Yes, ma'am.
So the first paycheck came and you didn't get a payment from your son. Is that what happened?
That's correct.
Did you speak to him or did his stepfather?
We both spoke to him. He usually gets paid on Friday. When Friday came and the paycheck, he didn't turn over to me. I asked him where his paycheck was. That particular time, the paychecks weren't going to come until Saturday. So on Saturday, the paychecks came, but he forgot and left it at the office. He'd bring it home on Monday. On Monday, he forgot it again. He would bring it on Tuesday. When Tuesday got there, he finally brought it home, and finally Wednesday, he tells us that he got health insurance at his work and that they had deducted the entire premium out of his check, and he didn't know it because it was short.
So did he give you the check?
No, ma'am. He had already cashed the check, and he had been instructed by his stepfather to bring the check to me in its entirety and that I would deposit it.
Okay, did he give you any money?
No, he did not.
Who asked your son to leave the house?
My husband asked him to leave the house.
When was that?
This was in probably, I would say, 1st of October.
How much after this car loan?
A little over a month, but leaving the house had nothing to do with the car loan.
What was that about?
He had gotten belligerent toward myself and his sister.
How belligerent, Mrs. Stringfellow?
Talking to me very abruptly, pushing me around.
You mean physically touching you?
And so my husband had told him that he would not endure this in our home and that he would need to seek other living arrangements.
Okay, Mr. Parrish.
First of all, I love my mom. She took me out of a bad situation, period.
What do you mean she took you out of a bad situation?
My previous home where I lived before I met her, I was in drugs and alcohol. My stepfather there was very abusive. He hit me, stuff like that. So she took me out of that.
So you're an adopted child?
Yes.
How old were you when your mom adopted you?
Anywhere from 15 to 16. I was in right at the end of 9th grade.
So you've been living in their home and been her child for the last 5 years?
6 years, yes.
6 years. So you love her?
Very much. And two, Your Honor, I never touched or even did anything to my mom. We had arguments, I admit to that. But they wasn't very physical on my side. She used to grab my chin and everything. At that point, I pushed her back and held her back. That was the only
So you put your hands on her,
right.
is what she said.
When she grabs me, I held her hand.
When you
and I
say
moved
she
her.
grabbed you, you said she grabbed your chin.
Always.
Like this?
Yes. She always grabbed me like that. Always.
Like this?
Yes.
And you pushed her?
Right. I pushed her
that's-
hands. I didn't push her chest. And
Okay.
there's a different means there.
All right, but you put your hands on her, and you're bigger than she is, and
Right.
that's it. So they told you to leave. What about this $1,400 loan?
Well, it all started that day that we were supposed to go pick up this Dodge at her friend's house, the truck in question.
You mean the old truck?
Yes, ma'am.
That you don't have, that you didn't like?
Right.
So you went there.
Right.
You saw this old truck. You didn't like it.
Correct.
Go ahead.
At that point, Mr. Stringfellow said, "Okay, I'll make you a deal. You get paid you get paid twice a month. You keep one paycheck, I'll keep the other, and we can sell the truck." And Jim, which is the person that was fixing the truck up, said he can get $1,300 out of it. So I said, I agreed to that. Well, later that night, Mr. Stringfellow agreed to go ahead and give me the $1,300 up front because I was going to have to wait 2 weeks to a month to actually get the money from the truck to get with my $2,000 to put down on a car payment. At that point, I said, you know, he offered me the $1,300, and I said, okay, well, what if we sell the truck for less? Because at that point, if he agreed I had to pay him anything, I would never took the money. I would have waited to sell the truck.
Was this truck ever sold?
No, ma'am.
No,
I
ma'am.
still own the truck. We never intended to sell the truck.
And see, that was they never told me that. If I knew if it was a loan to him, I would have been paying it back a year ago.
Ricky Stringfellow wants his adopted son to pay back a car loan.
How did you find this young man?
This young man was a friend of my daughter's in band. He, like he said, he came from a terrible home. His stepfather was a drunk using dope. He knocked him around a lot. He had no use for him. And I really felt sorry for the child. You know, when you get a kid at a band concert and you look at him and he's fixing to walk about 20 miles home, and, you know, when he gets there, you know, there's nobody there going to be up to accept him and this type of thing. So I started taking him home. I took him into my home. He started coming into my house on weekends and staying with me. The first weekend I kept him. I asked to meet his mom. He said, oh, my mom won't care. I kept him.
Is this your biological mother?
Right.
Right. I kept this child from Saturday morning till I took him to school on Monday morning. You know, never seeing his mother. Picked him up again on Thursday, kept him then off and on, and then in August, she signed him over to me. We tried to contact his biological father in the military. He kept running, trying to stay away from us because he thought we was wanting child support. He made no effort to come and see the child, and so the judge awarded me custody. And that's how I got him.
That sound right to you?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like the kind of lady who would lie to me.
No.
Where are you living now?
At the present time, I'm living in North Little Rock.
Do you have your own apartment?
Yes, ma'am.
You still working?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a store manager.
Well, it would seem to me that you owe this lady a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I owe her a lot.
And that this problem of this $1,400 is a problem that she probably has with this new husband. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's got to get the money back so that they could be happy together and not have this as an irritant. Does that sound reasonable to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Next issue. You're an adult now.
Right.
21 years old. Right? Your mother goes like this. Sit on your hands.
Okay.
You sit down with your spasm for a second.
Thank you.
You came into this family situation kind of late, sir. And it seems to me that your wife is a very special human being.
She is.
And it seems to me that with the kind of background and childhood this young man had, despite the odds, he turned out reasonably well. He's 21 years old. He's been holding down a job for 2.5 years. He supports himself now. He lives by himself. More than I can say for my kids at age 21, I can tell you that. So why don't we try to let this bad incident just go away? Do you think you could do that?
It would be nice to have a fresh start. And the only thing that's kept him from being away from our home is I've told him when he comes into our home, he's to conduct himself as a gentleman and as a son. And that doesn't mean being abusive to his sister nor his mother.
That's over, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you traveled to court here from Arkansas?
Yes, ma'am.
Came on different planes?
Yes.
Stayed at different hotels last night? Yes. How about going out for breakfast together?
That'd be great.
Okay, Mrs. Stringfellow?
Be fine.
Right after court?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,400. You pay for breakfast.
Okay.
Great.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm actually glad that the fact that I can actually talk to my mom now with him on national TV saying that I can.
I'm glad I've got my son back. It all turned out okay.
I love you, Dad.
Parties on Christian versus Coleman. Step forward, please.
Clyde Christian says his sister, Nancy Coleman, owes him a motorhome and storage fees.
Mr. Christian, this is your sister.
Yes.
You are her husband?
Yes, ma'am.
You are suing her because you want her to turn over the title to her mobile home because you say you did a lot of work on it. She says,
No.
You initially took the mobile home, but then she agreed to let you keep it.
Borrow it.
Borrow it because one of your kids needed it?
No, he was going through a bad divorce at the time. And I felt sorry for him, and I let him use the motor home for a while. And I said, when you get your own place, then I was going to go get it. And I tried several times to go get it. He always come up with an excuse why I couldn't have it. And now he wants the motor home, and it's not right.
Okay, so you want that back?
Yeah.
Correct.
Plus my hand controls.
What kind of hand controls?
Hand controls that go in a vehicle for people that's handicapped, so you can use your hands to drive instead of your feet.
Do you drive a car now?
Not now, but I want to get me a car later.
Okay.
Not right now.
All right, so you tell me, Mr. Christian, your version of how this motor home ended up on your property.
Okay. In July of '96, my sister let us borrow the motor home.
Okay.
We took it to Yermo when I went to work there. In October the same year, I asked her to purchase the motor home. She said no, I could not. At that time, I asked her what she wanted me to do with it, since I'm not a storage facility. She told me to store it and keep it for her. I called and let her know that it was $15 a day, average
Just a second.
rate.
Hold on. Mr. Christian, you borrowed it in July of '96.
Yes.
Did she charge you for using the motorhome?
No.
Well, why should you think that you should charge her for storage? She's your sister.
Yes.
She didn't charge you for using it.
Clyde Christian says his sister, Nancy Coleman, owes him a motorhome and storage fees.
So why do you think that you should charge her for storage, which you say is $15 a day?
When I asked her to purchase it and she said no, I asked her, what do you want me to do with this motorhome? She said, keep it and store it for me. And I told her, look, I will call and find out what it costs. I did, and the average was $15 a day. This is almost...
Just a second.
Yes.
So you found out that it was $15 a day. And what happened after you found out that the average cost was $15 a day?
I let her know this.
What do you mean you let her know?
I called her on the phone.
Yes.
And let her know this is what the average charge would be.
Did he ever call you?
No.
No,
not
he didn't.
Because of that.
No, he didn't. He never called you. Come on, Mr. Christian. Just doesn't sound right to me.
Can I call my witness?
To tell me what?
That we did call her.
Sure. Let me have a witness
James?
who wants to tell me that they were there. Who are you?
I'm his son.
And you were using the mobile home?
For the 4 months, yeah.
And how long did you live in it?
For those first 3 months till we got our own place.
Did you store anything in it?
None of ours.
Of whose?
They had some things in it.
Like what?
His ham radio, hand controls.
Where is that stuff now?
His ham radio he has, and the hand controls are with us.
So you have the hand controls?
Yeah.
Now, were you present when this alleged conversation took place about storage fees?
I don't know about the conversation.
You don't?
No.
Good. Sit down. Any other witness you want to bring up?
My wife, Marcia.
Sure. Do you want to come up here and be
I will.
tested?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. Do you want to tell me that you were present and you overheard a conversation with his sister about a storage fee of $15?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Sure, let me hear.
We've only been married since November, so I wasn't in on the beginning of this whole thing.
So just a second. So you weren't privy to any conversation in 1996 that talked about $15 in storage fees?
We had another conversation in January of this year, and I was
Just a
standing
second.
right there.
So my question to you is, and the response is, you were not present in 96 to talk about storage fees?
Not that first one, no, ma'am.
Good. So in January of 96, tell me about the conversation.
January of 98.
January of 98, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am. We had them on the phone again, and we were telling them, you know, we'd like to buy it. Answered no. They asked for some money for medication for my sister-in-law, which we gladly sent. They said they would send the title to the motorhome in return for that, and they did not do that. And he asked her again about the $15 a day storage fee.
But according to you, as recently as a few months ago, your husband was still interested in buying the motorhome.
He has been, yes.
Huh. Wow.
Now, how much is this motorhome worth?
About $7,000.
$7,000. How much do you say it's worth?
$2,500 or less.
Okay. And how much did you send in for medication for your sister?
We sent her $50 for medication and another $200 for groceries and cigarettes.
So, according to your wife, in exchange for $250 for groceries, cigarettes, and medication, you wanted them to send you the title to the mobile home.
Yes, and they said they would.
Well, why would they do that for something that you say is
'Cause
worth $2,500? They say $7,000.
Well, Your Honor, it hasn't been tagged in 2 years, and I've tried to get them to send me the title so it could be tagged, and I've tried to purchase it numerous times.
They don't want to sell it to you, Mr.
Well-
Christian. They don't want to sell it to you, so get it off your property.
Well, they won't come and get it off our property.
Your Honor?
Just a second. You're going to get it?
Yes, ma'am. I'd
When?
get it today, if I can get it.
Good, go get it. He doesn't want it on his property anymore. I'm not satisfied, sir, that they were told about the storage charges. And in addition, I think that your sister was very gracious by giving you the motorhome to use in your time of need. And certainly, if you went to rent a mobile home or a motorhome, it would be substantially more than $15 that you want to charge them for storage. She wasn't charging you. She said if you need it, take it.
Well, Your Honor, I didn't charge her with that. I didn't charge her till after the agreement.
Mr. Christian, I don't believe that
And
there was an
wasn't trying
agreement
to.
for storage because I believe that all along you wanted to buy this thing. That's
Right.
what your wife said. They don't want to sell it to you. They say it's worth $7,000. You say it's worth $2,500. You
Right.
can't come to terms on it. Go pick up your motorhome, sir,
Okay.
today.
Okay.
And in the motorhome, sir, I want you to put the hand controls. Understood? That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I hope the insurance company isn't listening to this case because technically I think what you did was commit a fraud.
That's the whole point.
You're not being particularly useful, so I think you ought to sit down.
No place for Dad in the courtroom.
Somebody that takes a car from a daughter who's trying to get a job and then takes her only means of trying to find a job, to me, is pretty low, Your Honor.
But that's also very helpful, Mr. Tholen.
Parties on Tholen versus Tholen. Step forward, please.
19-year-old Jamelyn Tholen is suing her mother, Vicki Tholen, for the return of a car. Vicki says she took the car away because her daughter wrecked one car and trashed another.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 168 on the calendar in the matter of Tholen versus Tholen. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated.
Miss Tholen, this is your mother.
Correct.
And I assume this is your father?
Correct.
Your Honor?
Yes.
I hate to interrupt, but I have a restraining order on this man, and I have his criminal record here.
I'm
and
not interested in his criminal record. You have a
Yes, I do, and he has...
You have a restraining order against him, is what you're saying to me. Just a second. Are you in fear right now?
No.
Fine. It's not part of this lawsuit. Okay. According to you, your mother had a car. She put the car in your name when you were 18. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And the first car, this first car, you did put in her name? Pay attention. Did you put this first car in her name, the car that was wrecked?
When the car got wrecked, I put it in her name because she said, since I was a full-time nursing student.
I'm
Yes.
leading up to something. The answer
Yes.
is yes, you put it in her name.
Yes.
Did she put it in your name before or after it was wrecked?
The day that I got in a car accident.
So the day that you wrecked the car, she put it in your name.
Correct. The reason why she put it in my name the day I got in a car accident is for insurances purposes because I didn't have insurance.
Because you didn't have insurance?
No.
Okay. Whatever. The car hadn't been yours. You were
Right.
driving your mother's car. You wrecked the car. There was a check from the insurance company for around $2,500. Is that right?
No.
How much was it for?
I have the bill right here.
How much was the check from the insurance?
The check from the insurance was $2,408.56. I'm sorry.
I'd like you to pay attention. I said the check from the insurance was about $2,500.
Yes.
With that, your mother went out and bought another car.
Yes.
Didn't discuss it with you, according to you. But you drove that other car. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Then, according to you, you got into a dispute with your mother.
Yes.
Well, tell me what happened. You're driving this car.
Okay. Your Honor, I was staying with my dad. He currently just got done having back surgery, okay? And I could not leave him at the time. And she wanted to borrow the car to go see her mother in the hospital. And I said, you know, I would love to give you, you know, a ride down there or let you borrow the car, but right now I need the car. For insurance purposes, I was not covered on his insurance. Okay, so I could not drive his car. I had to use my own when I had to go run errands for him and stuff. Okay.
So your mother, just a second. So your mother got angry.
Right.
According to you, and took back the car.
Correct.
And that's what you're suing her for, taking back the car. Because you think that since the insurance check was in your name for the first car that you trashed, that you totaled, and your mother used that insurance money to purchase a second car, that second car, the one that you were using when you were taking care of your dad's, was yours, and that she had no right to take it back.
May I say something here?
In a second.
Okay.
She's a grown-up. She signed the car over to you on the day you totaled it.
I got in a car accident, the lady hit me.
You were driving the car at the time it was totaled.
Right.
The theory of your case is that since the car was technically in your name at the time the insurance paid out a claim of $2,500, and since that $2,500 was used to pay for a second car
Right.
that you were driving, right?
Right.
That you were driving, that second car really belongs to you, and your mother had no right to take it away from you.
Correct.
Is that the theory of your case?
Correct.
Now I'll hear what you have to say, sir.
Okay, long before,
Stand up.
long before the accident even happened, my ex-wife had fully intended to give the car that got wrecked to Jamelin, but she likes to keep her little strings attached for a control
What's your last
purpose.
name?
Tholen.
Mr. Tholen, your
Well,
comments, Mr. Tholen, are gratuitous and really have nothing to do with this lawsuit. May have something to do with the animus that may exist between you and your former wife, but they have absolutely nothing to do with
I understand that.
Absolutely nothing to do with the lawsuit.
What I'm trying to, the point I'm trying to make here, Your Honor, is that this car, it's not like this car was just all of a sudden just given to Jamelin right after the accident. It was fully intended to be given to her long before that.
Just 1 second.
It was just a convenience then.
It's irrelevant.
Okay.
It's irrelevant. I'm going to ask your daughter one question. Did you pay for the insurance on the car that was totaled? That's either a yes or a no.
Did I pay for that?
Did you pay for insurance on that car?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yes.
You paid for the insurance on the car that was totaled?
I have paid for it. She paid for it, I paid for it. Like, she would pay for it and I would pay for it 1 month. I don't have any receipts or anything, though.
Who paid for the insurance
I
on the
did.
car? Of course you did.
Jamelyn Tholen says her mother, Vicki Tholen, should return the car that is rightfully hers. Vicki says Jamelyn owes her for trashing the car.
The theory of your case is technically flawed. This was not your car. The insurance money that was paid on the car was paid, that money was used to buy a second car. Because, listen, I hope the insurance company isn't listening to this case, because technically I think what you did was commit a fraud on the insurance company.
I didn't.
That's my
No.
That's the whole point.
You're not being particularly useful, so I think you ought to sit down.
That's fine.
Good. What you're supposed to do, sir, is not try to make things worse between a mother and a daughter. You're supposed to try to make things better.
I'm trying to.
No. Oh, no. You're trying to make yourself into a hero to your daughter and not make things better between a daughter and a mother. It's already bad enough that a daughter and a mother come here and they stand before a court.
Well, somebody that takes a car from a daughter and who's trying to get a job and then takes her only means of trying to find a job, to me, is pretty low, Your Honor.
But that's also very helpful, Mr. Tholen.
Yeah.
This lawsuit is dismissed, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I can't believe my own daughter would take me to court when I've done everything to help her, and she turned on me. I'm just, it's a nightmare.
I didn't want to bring her here, but that was my only means of transportation. I paid for the car.
It's pretty low that somebody would do that to their daughter.
Parties on Brown versus Sutter. Step forward, please.
18-year-old law student Tyler Brown claims 20-year-old production worker Nathan Sudarth assaulted him, putting him in a chokehold. Nathan says Tyler threatened his girlfriend.
Mr. Brown, you are seeking damages for an assault. You acknowledge that you assaulted the plaintiff.
Yes, I do.
But you have an excuse. I'm going to hear your excuse in a minute. Why don't you tell me, sir, where did this assault take place?
Okay, Your Honor. It was at a place that I was working at when I was going through high school. I was working. It's a public restaurant. He come in to where I was working.
What kind of work were you doing?
Well, it's a pizza place. I was back at the sink washing the potatoes and stuff that they use to cook. And he come back while I was working. I was standing right by the sink. He walked to the restaurant, ran into the back, grabbed me. I was standing at the sink, slammed me against the cooler and started choking me. And then he was cussing at me and everything. And then I have statements and stuff here from where I have from the ladies that it took 2 of the ladies that worked there to finally get him off of me after he stood there and choked me and cussed at me.
All right, so how did he choke you? Was he in a chokehold or how did he choke you?
He just come up against me and he slammed me against the cooler and I was stuck against the cooler and he was like this.
Well, he was holding your hand like this. Was your neck in his hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that how he was choking you?
Yes, ma'am.
No, it wasn't.
Shh. Okay. And you had him arrested?
Yes.
And you pled guilty?
Yes, I did.
And now you want to tell me the excuse that you have?
Yes, I will. He decides he wants to threaten my girlfriend, says he wants to beat her up.
Stop. From what I read in the papers, your girlfriend was also working at the pizza parlor.
Yes, she was.
She's here. This is your girlfriend.
That's her right there.
You can tell me what she told you because it's your reason for this assault.
I come home. She told me that he had been yelling and screaming at her because evidently he thought that she was talking about him to somebody else, which was bull. And so he takes and he decides to walk over to her and threaten to beat her up. And therein, that's it. Nobody threatens her. I'm sorry. But nobody will threaten my girlfriend, my fiance, in any way. It does not happen. They do it, they got me after them. Because that is not right. I don't care who it is. Now, if it's another girl, fine. Some guy wants to threaten her, they got me to deal with, because it won't happen.
How many times have you been arrested?
I've been arrested 1 time.
My sense is, sir, that it's not the last time.
No, that is the last time.
Well, I'm not so sure if that's your attitude. Because your girlfriend looks like a nice girl. I don't know whether she was saying things about him or not. Was he, stand up here a second. Was he your boss?
No, he wasn't.
He was just a fellow employee.
Yes.
And I gather from your hot-headed boyfriend over here that he thought that you were saying things about him to other employees.
Right.
Were you?
Not that I recall.
But you could have been.
Right.
So you got angry.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember what you said to her?
I don't. I just remember confronting her about what she said, because some of the other ladies that had worked there said she was saying things about me, and it disturbed me. And I just went up and I said, hey, if you have a problem with me, mention it to me. You ain't got no right to go around, you know, saying it behind my back and everything. If you got a problem with me, talk to me about it, you know. And I mean, we can go from there.
Okay. What do you say he said to you?
Well, he was yelling and screaming at me, and he was...
No, what did he say?
He was yelling to bring it on.
Bring it on?
Yes.
Okay, what else did he say?
That's all that I remember. And
bring it on? Oh, shh, shh. Bring it on.
Yes.
Tyler Brown says Nathan Sudarth assaulted him. Nathan says Tyler should not have threatened his girlfriend.
Is there a boss at this pizza parlor?
Not really.
Pizza place? Pizza parlor is New York, isn't it?
That's right.
Pizza joint, pizza restaurant.
Pizza Emporium.
Is there Pizza Emporium? That's a good one. Is there a boss there? There's got to be a boss there at this place. An owner?
Yes.
Well, why did you go to the owner?
I did.
And what did the owner? You went to the owner. Did the owner give you a satisfactory response?
He made sure that we were no longer scheduled to work with each other, but the owner was not around, so it was a few days later.
Fine, but when you saw the owner, the matter was resolved. You were no longer working same shifts.
Right.
And you haven't had difficulty with him since?
No.
You have no right to put your hands on anybody at any time, sir.
No,
do you
I don't.
understand that?
Yes, I do.
All right. And you did, in fact, put your hands on him.
Yes, I did, and I paid for it.
Well, you may have paid for it criminally,
Yes, I did.
but he has an absolute right to sue you civilly.
What does he have to sue for? He has no injuries whatsoever, no medical bills. He hasn't. He can't win it. He hasn't. There's no way.
There's punitive damages. I could have sued him in a civil court.
He doesn't have to have injuries, sir, for him to get some sort of damages for that 60 seconds, 120 seconds, 5 minutes that you placed
Then you
in
asked me why he
fear.
didn't sue me 2 years ago for it.
May I explain that to you?
Yes.
Because
Just a second. That's a good question.
Because I was not 18. I just turned 18.
That doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
It does not.
Hey, you seem to know everything. Did you
No,
go to
I
law
don't.
school?
No, I did.
Well, if you didn't go to law school, then what you have to do is keep your mouth shut and don't tell a lawyer what the law is. Now, during the course of someone's minority, which means prior to their reaching 18, any statute of limitations tolls, which is, it is sort of held off until they reach majority. Now, your parents could have sued him civilly on your behalf. Why wasn't that done?
They just wanted it, they left it up to me. We had understood about the tolling of the statute. We had understood that, and he said when I turned 18, you know, he would, if that's what I wanted to do, he would, you know.
Now, my question to you, Mr. Brown, is this has clearly festered in your mind for a long time. It's something that was over. I mean, you weren't seriously injured, emotionally perhaps, but not physically injured at all.
Right.
Right? And you were 16 years old at the time. So you've gotten over it.
Yeah, but I still see him in public, and I just get, like, I work part-time, and I just get sick of seeing him in public and him thinking, well, I just got off on a $173 fine. He's got that attitude, so I'm thinking,
That is
well,
no
fine.
attitude.
Then I will pursue it civilly, which that's why I'm here today. If he wants to...
I understand that. You got a fine?
Yes, I did.
Did you spend any time in jail?
No, I bailed.
Well, you bailed, but you were held for a period of time.
Yes, I was.
How long?
About 45 minutes.
Were you put in a cell?
No.
I can understand your frustration, sir. I probably have more problem with his attitude, which at this point, 2 years after the fact, this happened 2 years ago, should have matured a little bit. I mean, you should have matured a little bit.
I did.
I don't see it, quite frankly. I don't see it. I mean, I don't see it and I don't hear it from your voice that you've matured a little bit, that you haven't learned.
There's a thing that if anybody wants to threaten her, I will have a different way of going around it next time.
What's the other way that you're going to go around it next time?
Oh, hell, I'll go to the police or something, because that's harassment.
Just a second. Hey, shh.
Okay.
Just a second. That's reasonable.
Exactly.
That's reasonable. That's not what you told me 2 minutes ago.
No.
2 minutes ago, you said to me, if somebody threatens it, they're going to have to deal with me. That's what you told me 2 minutes ago.
Nothing gets done about
it seems
through
to
the
me
police,
that
I
you
will.
have, in fact, sir, matured over the last 10 minutes, which makes me feel very comfortable. I'm awarding you, sir, $250 for the assault. That's it. It's happened two years ago. You got to get over it. Do you understand?
Yes.
He had no injuries. He had absolutely no right to come into your place of business. He had no right to assault you, especially since, according to his girlfriend, she didn't hear or doesn't recall the kind of threats that your boyfriend told me about. I mean, what was that word that you used? Let's get it on?
He said to bring it on.
Bring it on. Bring it on. Okay, something that I don't even understand. In any event, judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $250. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਭੈਣ ਭਰਾਵਾਂ ਦੇ ਜੋੜਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਰਦ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ, ਕੈਲਸ਼ੀਅਮ ਦੀ ਕਮੀ ਆ, ਹੱਡੀਆਂ ਕਮਜ਼ੋਰ ਆ, ਗੋਡਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਰਦ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ, ਪੂਰੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਰਦ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ, ਥਕਾਵਟ, ਆਲਸ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ, ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਥੱਕ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਕੰਮ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਲਈ ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਹੋਣ ਵਾਲੀ ਆ। ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ 2 ਤੋਂ 3 ਦਾਲਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ। ਇਹ ਦਾਲਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਰੋਜ਼ਾਨਾ ਡਾਈਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀਆਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਸਮੱਸਿਆਵਾਂ ਦੂਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਦਾਲ ਆ ਮੂੰਗੀ ਦੀ ਦਾਲ। ਮੂੰਗੀ ਦੀ ਦਾਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੈਲਸ਼ੀਅਮ, ਮੈਗਨੀਸ਼ੀਅਮ, ਜ਼ਿੰਕ, ਫਾਸਫੋਰਸ ਕਾਫੀ ਮਾਤਰਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਆ, ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕ ਮੋਟਾਪਾ ਘੱਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ ਇਹ ਦਾਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਵਧੀਆ ਆ। ਦੂਜੀ ਦਾਲ ਆ ਉੜਕ ਦੀ ਦਾਲ। ਇਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਗਨੀਸ਼ੀਅਮ, ਕੈਲਸ਼ੀਅਮ ਤੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੀਨ ਕਾਫੀ ਮਾਤਰਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹਾਈ ਬੀਪੀ ਦੀ ਸਮੱਸਿਆ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਆ, ਦਿਲ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੀਆਂ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਸਮੱਸਿਆਵਾਂ ਨੇ, ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਸ਼ੂਗਰ ਦੀ ਸਮੱਸਿਆ ਆ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ ਉੜਕ ਦੀ ਦਾਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ। ਤੀਜੀ ਦਾਲ ਆ ਮਸਰ ਦੀ ਦਾਲ। ਮਸਰ ਦੀ ਦਾਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੀਨ, ਮੈਗਨੀਸ਼ੀਅਮ, ਜ਼ਿੰਕ, ਫਾਸਫੋਰਸ ਚੰਗੀ ਮਾਤਰਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਆ, ਤੇ ਪੇਟ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੀਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਸਮੱਸਿਆਵਾਂ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਗੈਸ, ਕਬਜ਼, ਐਸਿਡਿਟੀ ਦੀ ਸਮੱਸਿਆ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਆ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ ਵੀ ਮਸਰ ਦੀ ਦਾਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ 4 ਦਾਲਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਰੋਜ਼ਾਨਾ ਡਾਈਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਕਰੋ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀਆਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਸਮੱਸਿਆਵਾਂ ਹੌਲੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਠੀਕ ਹੋਣ ਲੱਗਣਗੀਆਂ। ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਅੰਜੀਰ ਦੇ ਫਾਇਦਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰੋਜ਼ਾਨਾ ਇੱਕ ਅੰਜੀਰ ਖਾਣ ਨਾਲ ਕਈ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਰੋਗਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਜੇ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਜੋੜਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਰਦ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ, ਕੈਲਸ਼ੀਅਮ ਦੀ ਕਮੀ ਆ, ਸਰੀਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਥਕਾਵਟ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਹਰ ਵੇਲੇ ਥੱਕਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਸਰੀਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੁਸਤੀ ਫੁਰਤੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ, ਕੰਮ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ, ਕਮਜ਼ੋਰੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਆ, ਅੰਦਰੂਨੀ ਕਮਜ਼ੋਰੀ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਪੇਟ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੀ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਸਮੱਸਿਆ ਆ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਅੰਜੀਰ ਦਾ ਸੇਵਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ। ਆਓ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅੰਜੀਰ ਦਾ ਸੇਵਨ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਅੰਜੀਰ ਨੂੰ 1 ਗਲਾਸ ਪਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਾਤ ਭਰ ਭਿਉਂ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਦੇਣਾ ਆ। ਸਵੇਰੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਅੰਜੀਰ ਨੂੰ ਚਬਾ ਕੇ ਖਾ ਲੈਣਾ ਆ, ਤੇ ਉੱਪਰੋਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਪੀ ਲੈਣਾ ਆ। ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੰਜੀਰ ਨੂੰ ਦੁੱਧ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਖਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਜੇ। ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਅੰਜੀਰ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਭਿਉਂ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਦੇਣਾ ਆ, ਸਵੇਰੇ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਦੁੱਧ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਆਰਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੀ ਲੈਣਾ ਆ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲਗਾਤਾਰ 15 ਤੋਂ 20 ਦਿਨ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਸੇਵਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਦੇਖੋ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀਆਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਸਮੱਸਿਆਵਾਂ ਹੌਲੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਠੀਕ ਹੋਣ ਲੱਗਣਗੀਆਂ। ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਨਾ ਹੀ। ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਹੋਰ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਦੇਖਣ ਲਈ ਚੈਨਲ ਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕਰਨਾ। ਵੀਡੀਓ ਦੇਖਣ ਲਈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ। ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਭੈਣ ਭਰਾਵਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੀਂਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ, ਜਾਂ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਸੌਣ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਅੱਖ ਖੁੱਲ੍ਹ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਨੀਂਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ, ਟੈਨਸ਼ਨ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਆ, ਤਣਾਅ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ। ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਬੈਡ ਕੋਲੇਸਟਰੋਲ ਵਧਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ, ਹਾਰਟ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਸਮੱਸਿਆ ਆ, ਬੀਪੀ ਦੀ ਸਮੱਸਿਆ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਮੋਟਾਪਾ ਵਧਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਚਰਬੀ ਵਧੀ ਹੋਈ ਆ ਪੇਟ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ, ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਪੇਟ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਸਮੱਸਿਆ ਆ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਭੈਣ ਭਰਾ ਨੁਸਖਾ ਨੋਟ ਕਰ ਲੈਣ। ਤੁਸੀਂ 5 ਤੋਂ 6 ਪੱਤੇ ਤੇਜ਼ ਪੱਤਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਧੇ ਲੀਟਰ ਪਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਭਿਉਂ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਦੇਣਾ ਆ, ਤੇ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਉਬਾਲ ਕੇ 1 ਚਮਚ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੌਂਫ ਮਿਲਾ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਉਬਾਲਾ ਦਵਾ ਲੈਣਾ ਹੈ। ਜਦੋਂ 5 ਤੋਂ 4 ਮਿੰਟ ਉਬਾਲਾ ਆ ਜਾਵੇ, ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਪੁਣ ਕੇ ਆਰਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਸਿਪ ਕਰਕੇ ਪੀ ਲੈਣਾ ਹੈ, ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਚਾਹ ਪੀਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਖਾਲੀ ਪੇਟ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਸੇਵਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲਗਾਤਾਰ 15 ਤੋਂ 20 ਦਿਨ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਸੇਵਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਦੇਖੋ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀਆਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਸਮੱਸਿਆਵਾਂ, ਪੇਟ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਬੰਧਿਤ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਸਮੱਸਿਆ ਆ, ਬੈਡ ਕੋਲੇਸਟਰੋਲ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਸ਼ੂਗਰ ਦੀ ਸਮੱਸਿਆ ਆ, ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਠੀਕ ਹੋ ਜਾਵੇਗੀ। ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਨਾ ਹੀ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉਮੀਦ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਲੱਗੀ ਹੋਵੇਗੀ। ਵੀਡੀਓ ਦੇਖਣ ਲਈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ।